Taking action against those who threaten the survival of Afrikaans. Kicking victims when they're down, the dodgy lawyers abusing the road accident funds. And say no to that tipple at the end of the day. It could kill you. Hello, I'm Jane Dutton.
This is Eyewitness News.
But first, Steinhoff fraud-accused Andries Bren Legrandzi has entered into a plea sentence agreement with the state. He's been handed a 10-year sentence, suspended for 5, in the Pretoria Specialised Commercial Crimes Court. Legrandzi pleaded guilty to 1 charge of fraud in the ongoing Steinhoff saga, which has been labelled as the biggest corporate scandal in recent history. The state in the case has argued that Legrandzi was a key figure in the company's fraudulent activities. They've accused him of working alongside now deceased former CEO Marcus Jooste and others to misrepresent the company's profits and assets. 3 suspects have died in a shootout with KZN police. They were allegedly linked to numerous extortion and murder cases. In the first incident, police followed up on information about a suspect wanted in connection with at least 4 cases of extortion and 4 of murder in the KZN area. Police say in today's incident, intelligence led police to the hideout of 2 suspects also wanted in connection with extortion and murder allegations.
The suspects were cornered at a Dabe informal settlement in Jeliminyama and Marian Hill, and suspects shot at the police from inside the house. In self-defense, police returned fire, and during the shootout, 2 suspects were shot and fatally wounded. They were found in possession of 2 firearms. All the recovered firearms will be taken for ballistic testing to ascertain if they are linked to any other crime scenes.
Lobby group Afriforum said it will be asking the Democratic Alliance and Freedom Front Plus to reconsider their participation in the Government of National Unity if the rest of the Basic Education Laws Amendment Act is signed into law. In September, President Cyril Ramaphosa made the Bella Bill an official government policy. Ramaphosa also said 2 clauses of the Bella Bill, which deal with language and admission policies, won't be implemented for 3 months. Constitutional experts have questioned whether Ramaphosa has the mandate to sign part of a bill into law and place a moratorium on others. This has raised suspicions as to whether the 3-month consultative period is a window dressing exercise or something concrete. Afriforum CEO Kali Kriel said if the Bella Act remained unchanged, it would signal the beginning of the end for Afrikaans schools.
The hope that the GNU has ushered in a new era of cooperation will of course be dashed if it turns out to be that the ANC has simply co-opted the DA and FF Plus to blindly follow and implement ANC policies.
The Road Accident Fund has issued a warning against dodgy lawyers who swindle claimants by giving them groceries and transport money, charging them exorbitant interest. The fund has been subject to scrutiny in recent months for struggling to stay afloat with an unsustainable model as it is based on litigation.
The RAF says it's received complaints about attorneys who pay claimants they represent significantly lower amounts than paid by the fund, saying this is an illegal scheme that benefits law firms. The lawyers would borrow claimants' money to cover living expenses and transport while their claim is being processed, only to charge exorbitant interest from the RAF payout once it is received. The fund has also noticed a trend of law firms in Mpumalanga forcing their claimants to apply for their monies to be paid in installments and then forcing them to sign documents that are not explained to them. RAF CEO Collins Letswalo has urged victims of such schemes to report this to the fund immediately. Eyewitness News.
The DA in Gauteng claims the provincial health department's mounting 12 billion rand in legal costs are crippling its ability to provide adequate healthcare services. DA MP Nicola du Plessis raised the concern after visiting clinics and hospitals in Eldorado Park, Lenasia and surrounding areas this morning. Du Plessis, a member of Parliament's Portfolio Committee on Health, witnessed the deteriorating state of Johannesburg's healthcare facilities firsthand. She claims the department, which outsources its legal team for litigation, has repeatedly failed to follow due process in addressing medical negligence cases.
It often feels like there is a shift towards squashing these issues rather than listening to what the issues actually are. In Polong Clinic, I engaged with a mother who went in with twins and came out with only one child. And this happens more often than we'd like, but she had a medico-legal case and it was squashed.
Former Sport, Arts and Culture Minister Zizi Kodwa wants the fraud and corruption charges against him dropped. Kodwa made representations in the Palm Ridge Magistrates Court today, supporting his bid to escape the charges. Last month, his co-accused, Jehan McKay, made similar representations to the Director for Public Prosecutions in Gauteng. Kodwa is accused of accepting bribes amounting to more than 1.6 million rand from McKay in exchange for swinging government contracts to a company he headed between 2015 and 2016.
There are more questions than answers. And based on that, I was then fortified to make representations to the effect that the charges against him must be withdrawn.
The pair will return to court on the 24th of October. As the war in the Middle East spreads, Dubai-based Emirates has cancelled flights to Iraq, Iran and Jordan for 3 days, citing regional unrest. That's after an Iranian missile strike on Israel has stoked fears of a wider war. The Lebanese militant group Hezbollah said it fired a barrage of rockets at the Israeli city of Tiberias today. The Israeli military said it conducted an airstrike that killed 15 Hezbollah fighters in Lebanon. South Africans like alcohol a lot, including young people. In fact, South Africa has one of the highest rates of alcohol consumption in the world, with it rising dramatically in the last 10 years. The 2024 theme for today's World No Alcohol Day is Say No to Alcohol, and selling alcohol to minors is a crime. So, be kind to your body, set a good example to the young, and say no to that drink today. And I'll see you for more tomorrow.
Eyewitness News, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, log on to ewn.co.za or ewn.mobi.